Hello, Aries, and welcome to your July 2025 reading. I'm Corinne from Sacred Star Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. We're going to take a look at your July, what to expect and what Spirit wants to let you know and guide you through. So this month, of course, we're in Cancer season, and Cancer is all to do with our, of course, emotional depth. We might be feeling more emotional for the month. It's a lot to do with our home. So you might want to renovate or do things around the home. But it's a deep sense of our nurturing, how we nurture ourselves and how we nurture others. So there'll be big energies and themes going on for us in July. Then on the 10th of July, we have the full moon in Capricorn. Now, the full moon is always there to reveal what's unconscious or subconscious to us so that we can understand something, to make a change, to gain insight. And the Capricorn energy is all to do with your ambition, what you're working towards, how you're using your energy in your work. So issues around that, or a focus on that, will come up around the 10th. Now, by the end of the month, all that Cancerian energy is moving into Leo, the fire. So a fellow fire sign for your Aries. And then we have the new moon in Leo on the 24th. So all of that fire will then want to be used to make decisions, bold moves, to be extroverted in the world, to do something in the world. So that will be a big change. Now, it is a big month in the month of July because we have plenty of planets in retrograde, and also we start the new 7-year cycle of Uranus moving into Gemini from Taurus. So we go through these 7-year cycles with Uranus, and this is the beginning of the new cycle. If you're interested, you could always look at your favorite astrologer who will delve deeper into your rising sign and how that will affect you, and also have a look at the house that Gemini falls in your natal chart, because that will help give a bit of insight on where this 7-year cycle is going to be focused, which is exciting. Now let's look at what Spirit would like you to know for the month of July. And I've meditated on your energy. Your signifier card for the month is the Page of Cups. So this is your central energy. Now, the Page of Cups represents your inner child. It's the part of you that is sensitive, emotional, highly creative, expresses their emotions, is in touch with their emotions, but it's a lot of inner child, that feeling of mystery, wonder, sensitivity. So that will be your theme for the month of July, which goes quite well with Cancerian energy because that's exactly the feeling. Now, leading into the month, you have the Four of Swords and the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, this is you in the healing process. So, whether it's healing from the mental, emotional, physical, could be any of those areas, being in a healing process. The Six of Cups represents nostalgia, the past, your childhood. You could be getting insight and understandings from your childhood through the healing process. Or healing your inner child, because we can see through the month, the page is a really positive inner child, inner aspect. So part of your healing process can involve the past and childhood. Now, by the end of the month, you have the Star in reverse with the Eight of Swords. Now, This star, your star upright, is when you are connected to spirit, to source, when the waters of the divine are flowing through you, with your faith, your optimism, your hope, being guided by spirit, renewal. And maybe by the end of the month, being in the reverse, you're not quite feeling it. You'll be questioning, why am I not feeling the connection, the renewal yet? And you'll be understanding with the Eight of Swords that there is an entrapment in my mind and my way of thinking. You're seeing it, to allow that to be released, for the divine and that healing to come through, which is great, because it's often the swords, our mental prisons, our ways of thinking that block that healing or that divine renewal and energy coming through and that connection. So by the end of the month, you'll be really seeing it. So it's a month of a lot of emotional healing, understanding, healing your inner child possibly, and understanding how to release your mind to get that connection, those healing waters moving through you. And in your conscious mind for the month, so this is how your mind will be thinking, or what the focus of your mind is on, and it's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the connection between the divine and the 3D. So this is your beliefs, your understanding, your practical ways that you work with those spiritual laws, whether they're laws of karma, prayer, affirmations, connecting to your higher self. Whatever those rituals are, you'll be really focused on how you can bring your spiritual self into your everyday life. He's the bridge between the two. And having maybe even some structure around it. How can you bring that healing into the practical, into the 3D? In your subconscious mind, you have to, underneath the surface is the part of you that wants to rush forward but knows that you shouldn't. So, this is really when he's upright. So it's good being in reverse, because when he's upright, it's when, he's pushing too hard. You can see how much stress the horse is under. It's like the mind can push the body and push the body and push the body until it, is in exhaustion. So because it's in reverse, it's telling me you've really understood that in the subconscious. No longer pushing the body to the extremes or neglecting the horse represents the physical. No longer neglecting the physical just to allow the mind to take over. So that's a really wonderful change in your programs and patterns. Really good evolvement. Wonderful. Now let's ask Spirit for some clarity and some guidance. So I call upon Spirit, I call upon the Divine to clarify this reading for Aries for the month of July 2025. Can we please clarify the reading for Aries for their highest good for the month of July? Okay. Can we please clarify the Hierophant? The conscious mind and the need or the focus on being able to bring those spiritual understandings into practical everyday life. Please clarify the Hierophant. And to understand the Hierophant for Aries for the month of July. Okay. So you have the Seven of Cups. And so this is you becoming really aware that where we focus our attention is the key. You know, it's even in people or situations. If we're focused on the good in them, we see and experience the good of that person. If we focus on the negative, we experience the negative of that person or any situation. And the beauty of the free will of the incarnated person is they have this power to choose how they want to see things. And that's exactly what the Seven of Cups is all about. You getting this understanding of just how amazing and important and powerful your focus is and how you're seeing each situation. You can see a situation being a blessing and good and the best outcome, or you can see it with your fears, anxieties. And so you're really understanding that in the mind. Lovely. Okay. Now let's ask, what advice do you have for Aries to help with the release of the Eight of Swords so that the Star card can turn upright? Okay, yeah. Great. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, the Devil. So this is the ending of the cycle, ending of the control. You know, maybe you felt that you're controlled or you have felt limited, restricted, and there's an end to it. There's an understanding that you will see and get so that you can end this cycle that has caused you to feel that you're just not quite connected, you know. So that's wonderful breakthrough, really, really good breakthrough, so that we can turn your star upright and you can move into your 10. Lovely. So it's really getting the understanding of how my mind is creating the restriction. Because with the Devil energy, we can set ourselves free anytime. You know, it's a belief that we've bought into that we can see in truth and we can change our perspective on it. And that's what you'll be understanding. How to set yourself free from this dynamic. Understanding that, you know, everything is within me to change it, which is great because then you don't feel powerless with external situations. And you have the Eight of Cups. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is always about finding, you know, a new level of fulfillment. He's got 8 cups there and he's really happy with those 8 cups. He's gone from the 1 to the 8 and, you know, gathered all of these things he loves and he enjoys, but he's ready for more. And I think that's what will come after this healing. You know, you being in the Eight of Cups saying, okay, now universe, I'm ready to get a new cup. Temperance. So you have Temperance in reverse. So this would be the advice from Spirit to be conscious of the ways that you're not neutral in situations. And we all do it. You know, we get caught up in our emotions and we have biases and we have opinions. But when temperance is in reverse, we feel very unsettled. You know, the temperance is the spiritual understanding that if I stay balanced in my water, that's your emotions, and stay neutral and not go to one extreme or the other. The lesson is always the balance of the two, and spirit is, with temperance, spirit's always trying to work with us to find that balance within us emotionally, mentally, and in our world. And that's an understanding that you'll get where your temperance is out of balance or where you're not experiencing temperance, so that spirit can show you how to find that equilibrium and balance, not the extreme of one or the other. Now, were there any challenges that, it was this one. Okay. Asking if there's any challenges, and it has the Judgment and the Moon. So this is really about, the only challenge here would be if you're trying to avoid this. You know, if you're trying to avoid looking at it. If you're open and you realize no matter what I see within myself or the situation, it is love, it is good, it is lessons, it's growth, so that I can feel my connection to spirit, and I can get the healing and the resolution of the ways that I felt restricted and controlled. So it's a beautiful understanding. So that's the only challenge. But I can see that you're open. You're wanting to sort it out. You're wanting to understand it, to set this free. Getting the lesson of temperance. Okay, beautiful. Now let's see which animal spirit is here to guide you through the month. So which animal spirit is here? Okay. Let's have a look. Spirit wants me to, it's not your card. Spirit wants me to ask, there we go. It has to flip out. That's my guidance from Spirit. It has to flip out for the right card. And you have the elk and nobility. And so there's a lot of majestic type energy. So celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. So stand tall. No matter what healing is happening, you've got the power, the ability to heal anything. It's easy for the soul. It's nothing for the soul to heal who you really are. So that is the elk supporting you through the month. And let's have a look at which moon messages is here for you. Spirit, can we please have a moon message for the beautiful Aries for the month of July? Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Beautiful. And that's the release. You know, I'm feeling with that card, that's the release of the healing. Conclusions are within reach. So that's beautiful confirmation. So Aries, that is your reading for the month of July. I'm going to call it a powerful healing. A powerful healing. I'm sending you all of my love and light for the month of July If this reading has helped, I would be so grateful for a like, a subscribe. It helps my channel more than you'd know. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.